Jannik Sinner is the undisputed king of the desert, completing a historic run to the 2026 Indian Wells title without dropping a single set. While the tennis world watched in shock as Carlos Alcaraz's massive 16-match winning streak finally came to a crashing halt. From players donning bee costumes on court to X-rated meltdowns against the crowd and massive upsets involving Novak Djokovic, the 2026 BNP Paribas Open wasn't just a tournament. It was a total shifting of the guard. If you think you know who the new two are, this week in California just changed everything. Let's break down the madness. Let's start with the man who made perfection look easy, Jannik Sinner. Coming into Indian Wells, Sinner was actually under a bit of pressure after a somewhat shaky start to his 2026 season, including a painful 5-set loss to Novak Djokovic in the Australian Open semi-finals and a shock exit to Jacob Mensik in Doha. But in the California desert, he was absolutely clinical. Sinner didn't just win, he dismantled the field, becoming the first man in history to win 2 consecutive ATP Masters 1000 tournaments without losing a single set. His semi-final against Alexander Zverev was a masterclass in modern aggression, lasting just 83 minutes. Sinner won a staggering 83% of his first serve points and struck 18 winners while committing only 6 unforced errors. Experts noted his pedal to the metal approach on the first ball after the serve, which completely neutralized Zverev's ability to grind out points. The victory extended Sinner's winning streak over Zverev to 6 straight matches and secured his place in his first ever Indian Wells final. In the final, Sinner faced Daniil Medvedev in a heavyweight clash of hard court operators. Both players entered the match without having dropped a set the entire fortnight. Ultimately, Sinner's power off the ground proved too much, winning 7-6, 7-6 to secure his 6th Masters 1000 title. With this win, Sinner joins Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic as the only men to win all 6 hardcourt Masters 1000 events. He has now reached the final in 13 of the 16 most important tournaments on the calendar, a feat of consistency that is frankly terrifying for the rest of the tour. Now, everyone was expecting a Sinner-Alcaraz final, especially since Carlos Alcaraz entered the semifinals with a flawless 16-0 record for the year. Alcaraz had been a ruthless force all tournament, dispatching Grigor Dimitrov, Casper Ruud, and Cameron Norrie with ease. But in the semifinals, Daniil Medvedev played what Alcaraz described as unreal tennis. Medvedev abandoned his traditional deep court defense for a quick strike strategy, stepping up to the baseline and hitting through Alcaraz with a mix of aggression and precision that shocked the world number one. The match featured several banana moments, including a bizarre incident where Alcaraz's shoe flew off mid-rally while he was trailing 1-4 in the first set, despite Alcaraz finding a filthy forehand winner that brought the crowd to their feet. Medvedev remained unfazed. Alcaraz held 2 set points in the second set, but Medvedev saved both with clutch serving, eventually ending the match with a 123 miles per hour ace to win 6-3, 7-6. This snapped Alcaraz's bid for a 3rd straight title in the desert and handed him his first loss of the 2026 season. Even though Alcaraz lost in the semis, he provided the most viral moment of the entire tournament, after his quarterfinal win. In a hilarious nod to the 2024 bee invasion, where a swarm of bees halted his match against Zverev, Alcaraz actually donned a bee costume on court to celebrate with fans. A group of spectators had spent the evening buzzing with energy in full costumes, and Alcaraz, being the approachable icon he is, put on the suit they handed him right on Stadium 1. He later told reporters it was a gesture of thanks for their support, but the images of the world number one dressed as a bee quickly became the top sports headline globally. But it wasn't all fun and games in tennis paradise. The biggest controversy of the fortnight centered on the defending women's champion, Mirra Andreeva. After a grueling three-set loss to Katerina Siniakova, the 18-year-old completely lost her cool. Frustrated by a net court shot that ended the match on a stroke of bad luck, Andreeva smashed her racket multiple times and allegedly shouted "F you all" at a booing crowd as she walked off. The moment went viral instantly, sparking a massive debate online. While some fans labeled her a sore loser, others were more sympathetic, pointing out the immense pressure of defending 1,000 ranking points at such a young age. Andreeva later admitted in her press conference that she was not really proud of how she managed her emotions, explaining that her anger was directed at herself and the situation rather than the fans. Regardless, the loss was costly. She was projected to lose nearly 25% of her ranking points, putting her top 10 status in serious jeopardy. We also have to talk about the man who took down a legend. Jack Draper pulled off one of the performances of the year by stunning five-time champion Novak Djokovic in the fourth round. Draper, who was the 2025 defending champion, showed incredible fighting spirit to win 4-6, 6-4, 7-6. Djokovic actually won one more total point than Draper, 99 to 98, but Draper's massive serve, including 13 aces, kept him alive in the critical moments. It was Draper's third win against a player ranked in the top 3, proving that when he's healthy, he belongs in the elite tier. Although Draper later lost his title defense in the quarterfinals to Medvedev, his win over Djokovic remains a defining moment of the fortnight. Finally, let's wrap up with the women's final, which was an absolute thriller. Aryna Sabalenka finally conquered her Indian Wells demons, defeating her rival Elena Rybakina 3-6, 6-3, 7-6. Sabalenka had lost the final here in both 2023 and 2025, and she was so done with losing big finals. The match was a roulette of energy and momentum. Sabalenka saved a championship point in the third set tiebreak with a signature cross-court backhand winner to secure her 10th WTA 1000 title. This win was particularly sweet as it avenged her recent loss to Rybakina in the 2026 Australian Open final. Despite the loss, Rybakina still made history by reaching a new career high of world number 2, leapfrogging Iga Swiatek in the rankings. So there you have it. Jannik Sinner is the new king of the desert. Sabalenka is the queen. Alcaraz is a bee, and Mirra Andreeva is looking for a new mental coach. Indian Wells 2026 proved that the new two era is officially here, but veterans like Medvedev and Sabalenka aren't going anywhere without a fight. What was your favorite moment? Did the bee suit win you over, or are you still reeling from the Djokovic upset? Drop a comment below, like this video, and make sure you're subscribed because we are heading straight to Miami next. I'll see you there.